Hello and welcome to another update video about Polygon MATIC. Not too much happened, so not really any change to the previous videos. We still have two possibilities here to head lower from here. I mean, we broke out of this wedge and we're going to zoom in a minute. The larger count from the chart here, the 4-hour chart since June, suggests still two possible scenarios, of course. So either here we had a wave 1, and then we had an A, B, C in a truncation, and we finished off this wave 2, or in a 1-2-1-2 setup, but it's both not great. I would rather say A, B, C, and then this means wave 2 is in, and we are moving up now in what could be a wave 1 here in 5 waves, a wave 2 down, which should ideally get into this region between $1.05 and 87 cents. This would be the ideal target, but what I can tell you, we are not really retracing at this stage, so we need to zoom in a minute. We should then get a third wave that could take us way beyond $2, a fourth and a fifth. That would complete the third wave. Then we should still get a fourth and a fifth. So there is a lot of upside potential from here in this count. And the other count is, of course, that we have this as a wave 1, here an A wave, a massively overshooting B wave, and we would come down in a C wave next. Here, the scenario of a so-called expanded flat gets less and less likely due to such a strong B wave. It can be that we are going to make a higher low here in a C wave. Yeah, so even though sort of short-term bearish count, I don't think it would be too different from the yellow count in the short term. Yeah, because what you either do, unless we get an expanded flat, and the expanded flat should go below the A wave low, so it should go below 68 cents. But of course you have the so-called running flat pattern, which means that if you get an A overshooting B wave, it can be that the C wave makes a higher low against the A wave low, which means we might also only reach sort of this area here between 87 and $1.05. And then, however, we wouldn't start the third wave. We would then start with the first wave of the third. So I'm watching this at the moment. At the moment, I wouldn't do anything. I would just wait here for a retracement. Personally, yeah, it doesn't really retrace at this stage. As I said in the last video, this can still move higher as long as we are holding here the 116 level. It hasn't really done much since the last video other than just breaking out of the channel here to the downside. The way this looks to me is like a mini bear flag. Yeah. So I mean, I can give you a sort of guess what this could be. I mean, we came down. You could argue that we had here a small 5-wave move down, then clear 3 waves up, 5 down, so mainly a mini one. Then here an A, B, C in a wave 2, and you know we are possibly now in the third wave down, so maybe a wave 1 of the third. Here now the wave 2 of the third. Just sort of this could be a lot. You know, micro counting is unreliable, so I wouldn't really pay too much attention, but. It is certainly interesting that we broke out of the wedge to the downside. If we take out the previous lows here at 120, that would increase the chances we drop to 116, but below 116, I think we're going to head into this region between $1.05 and 87 cents. It wouldn't be the first time that a wave 2 is shallow. So we've got in the I think Bitcoin did it before, where in a wave 2 it only reaches the 38.2 fib level after ending such a move in an ending diagonal. Typically what you get after these diagonals, you get a sharp wave into the other direction. Now we haven't really seen that yet, which could suggest we will only get a short wave 2, and that could just finish here at $1.12, the 38.2 fib level, and from there it could possibly move up. Certainly I would expect some kind of a reaction to this fib level, so even if it breaks below 116, it could be it will just reach the 112 level and then move up from there. Yeah, so it's all about watching this chart. I think paying attention to the possible supports, which are here 116 is very relevant, and then fib support at 112, 1.5, 98 cents, and then 87. But breaking below 87 would, yeah, put the green count with a so-called flat pattern here, expanded flat, running flat, more into control. because then this could just extend out. As you can see, we've got lots of possibilities here, and yeah, I wouldn't do anything here until we get a larger setback and then consider going long maybe. Because even here in a short trade, there's probably not too much. I mean, this could go down further, but it could also just stop here at 116, 112. It's not like massive reward to risk. So as I said in the previous videos, you know, it is so, you know, and also in the Bitcoin Ethereum videos, in terms of learning what to trade, you know, and learning what not to trade is at least as important as learning what to trade. And if you have here different possibilities, which, yeah, you know, again, this is a huge bandwidth of possible support. So my view at the moment would be we don't get such a strong correction the way this looks at the moment. Maybe it only comes down to 112, maybe 105, yeah, but then you need to pay a lot of attention. I think we have a lot of great setups coming in the next few days, as a lot of the coins are heading into support. Here we don't have a clear support, or well, we have, but we're far away from really critical support, which just puts any long trade at more risk. This is still a chart with a really solid long-term chart, but the short term here is a little bit ambiguous and doesn't really give you at the moment a clear long entry. I mean, you can try to short this if you like to. If we break below 120, that's of course your decision. But for a short trade, I'd be very careful because it shows so strong. And for a long trade, for me, it hasn't retraced enough yet. So for me, it's just something for the watch list at this stage. Okay, that's my update about MATIC. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.